Hello, my squishies. I hope this week the mic is working. It looks like it is from my end. If somebody could let me know that you can hear me, that would be excellent. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to give you, those of you who have not joined me before, a brief rundown of what's going to happen, and then we're going to get felting. So I record these live. It's Friday night. It's 6 o'clock. We're gonna felt for the next hour or so, um, and I leave them up so that after the fact, if you buy the kit off me, you can do these yourself. You can watch the video, and hey Ruth, I can be heard. Excellent. So I'm not talking to myself. Yeah. So after the fact, you can watch these. And if you are watching later on, you can always rewind, you can pause, you can fast forward me, you can slow me down. All these options are below. And if you're my parents, hi mum and dad, you're more than welcome to mute me because we do ramble an awful lot of nonsense. So if you don't want to listen to the nonsense, hey Robin, if you don't want to listen to the nonsense, you do not have to listen to it. You can turn the sound off. I'm not in any way offended. Excellent. But yes, let's get felting. So tonight we are doing something. Some of you will have done it before if you've been a long time viewer, but it's going to be a little bit different this time because this might have given it away. We are going to do cards, and we're going to do two separate designs. For nice little gift cards. Just quick, easy, sort of sketchy cards. Sketchy cards? That sounds wrong. Impressionist cards. Let's be fancy, shall we? Yeah. So we're going to be doing cards tonight. One is going to be a seascape. And the other one that I've not quite finished designing yet is going to be a tiny... Here, let's put the frame around it. A tiny landscape. And I've got something on my thumb. Tiny landscape. There we go. So let's begin. Oh yeah, so people do chat in the comments. I love chatting. There is a live replay button somewhere down there, so you can do a live replay. So you see that I'm not just talking to myself, I am talking to people that are watching live. Okay, Mum has made it online. Mum is tonight watching the shop dog Peanut. So Peanut might be hearing my voice and squeaking possibly because she can't figure out where I am. Okay, so in your kit you have a small foam mat. This is what you're going to felt on. This protects your surfaces. We've got our felt backing. This is Shetland? Yep, Shetland wool. It's been washed, brushed and roughly felted into squares. Oh, and squeaking noises are about to happen. My neighbours are shutting their blinds. It goes on for a minute or two. They have a lot of blinds. Hopefully it won't cause too much issues in the background. I've been promised it's only a little quiet squeaking in the background. Yeah, so we've got our pre-felt backing. We have our needles. So these are sharp and spiky on one end and have a hook on the other. For this project, you will just be using probably a single needle. You might hold multiple together. I do have a tool that holds them together. I will be making these soon for sale. Not quite yet. The squeaking always distracts me. So I might use this at points, but you can just do it with the one. With the... Oh, there you go. With the needles, they do break. So try not to bend it. Whenever you're felting, always felt in and out and not bend the needle. Because if you bend the needle, it's more likely to break. If it does break, always squeak. If it does break, always find all the bits and dispose of them safely. I have a hard plastic tub that I put them in, and then when that tub is full, I'm going to put it in the bin, or you can use a sharps container or something like that. And then last and most important bit is this stuff, the fibre. So this is Shetland sheep wool, all Shetland, and we've got a little bit of Cheviot slivers, but this is Shetland roving or tops. Technically it's roving, but people do call it tops. So this has been washed, brushed and dyed and then formed into loose collections. To work with this, you want to have your hands nice and far apart and we're gently pulling. And you can see that a little bit has come out. This is the length of the wool that was on the sheep. So if I had my hands too close together, I'd be pulling against the hair itself so it wouldn't come apart. And if there's any twist in it, it is not going to come apart either. So hands nice and far apart, no twist, and pulling gently. And tonight the secret, because especially even more so than normal, the secret is we're going to be more squeaking. We're going to be, I really should start this. Okay, when the squeaking finishes, I'm going to take a note of the time. And in 2 weeks' time, we're going to start a little bit later so that we don't have the squeaking. Okay, deal? Somebody remind me in 2 minutes if the squeaking stopped and I'll see what time it is. Yes. What was I saying? Less is more. So we're going to be using such little amounts today, you will be surprised. But should we get started? I think the squeaking stopped. What time is it? Okay, 7 minutes past. So if I start at 10 past from now on, we should be good. Right, I'm going to start with the most fun one, the landscape. So this is super easy and we are going to go quite fast to begin with because I'm going to get all the colours laid down and then we're going to stab it all in. Because at the beginning, you can pick up and move the colours if you don't like where they are. But let's start. So I'm going to take just above halfway, I'm going to take the lighter blue. This is Dream if you're looking on my website. And I will this time remember to use the colorways. So I'm going to grab a little bit of that and just lay it down like that, making sure you don't want it to be a thick layer, but you don't want to see the white through it. And you can definitely go outside the edges because this isn't coloring by numbers, this is stabbing by numbers, and we go by different rules here. We go outside the edges. Also in the comments, what have you guys been up to? It's been 2 weeks. And also what you're having for dinner. I'm then going to take, before I even do any stabbing, we're going to layer up some more colours. So I'm going to take some of this blue, which is the slightly darker one. This is Wave. And again, you're looking at how little I'm taking. And I'm going to focus that slightly higher up, but over the one we laid down. So it's going to form a slight gradient. So it's going to go from the top darker one down to the bottom one. And you want to make sure, look, that this is how little amount in order to get it to fade nicely. And then the next one, we're going to put this is how fast Felty can be. It's amazing. We're going to do the sea. So I'm going to, oh no, I'm missing a color. Oh, it's right here. I'd hidden it. Found it. We're going to, oops. So just pretend that was sitting there nicely and I'm completely a professional. I'm going to take this one, which is Spearmint, and I'm going to take a little bit of this, pop it there. So again, we don't want to see the white through it, but we don't want it to be a thick layer. Then I'm going to take this one, which is a colour, Tropic. And this one we're going to do slightly differently because I want this to be a thin line just at where the horizon is. And then just again, so little. Can you tell I've been playing with Sharpies today? I've got black dots all over my hand. Just such a little bit just to fade that down there. Perfect. Then we are going to take the sand colour, which is butterscotch. I feel like sometimes this is a test of if I can remember my colourways. So we're going to pop butterscotch just down the bottom so it goes over the edges. There. And we essentially, apart from a few little tweaks, have a picture. So I'm going to take, I've actually cut this out, but at home, just take your card, open it up and place it over. But for the ease here, I'm going to place this over it. Right, so I want to move a few things. I want to have a little bit less there. I'm just going to move that down. That's a bit of a better. So I'm just showing you how to do it, but you can alter it as much or as little as you like. You can interpret it any way you like. This is just so you can have more sky, you can have more beach. You've got all the options. You can make your own landscape. So I'm pretty happy with those proportions. So I'm just gonna, oh, okay, what time is it? 12 minutes past. So we might be starting at 1/4 next week. I will let you guys know. There we go. So I've just really quickly, really lightly stabbed it all down. I'm going to have a look again. Yep, happy with that. Now, I want you to grab one last colour. So this is the white. It looks slightly different from the rest. It's slivers, so it's been prepared slightly differently. It's still come off the sheet, been washed and brushed into there's a word for it, but my brain cannot for the life of me think what it is. A thing. It's been brushed into a thing. Yeah, Robin, this is so fun. So it's been brushed. I can't. Somebody please tell me what this is called, because my brain's refusing to let it come out. But this is slightly rougher prepared, so there's little bits in it, little noils and shorter hair. So I'm going to grab some of this because this makes amazing waves, and where the sea meets the beach. So I'm just going to take this, and where the sea meets the beach, cover over the gap. And it can be slightly rough. It doesn't have to be precise because the sea is not precise. And that is pretty much all we're going to put in. But, oh no, that's a lie. We're going to take a little bit more of this. And where the horizon is, I can do words tonight. So we're not doing it where the dark colour is. We're doing it above that. And just adding a really thin, can you see how thin that layer is of white above the horizon? And that just makes like little distant clouds. It might not show up perfectly on camera, but it does in real life. So now that has taken us, it's only 1/4. That's probably taken us 5 minutes. And you could, if you wanted to, pop it in your frame and call that a finished picture. Even that loosely felted in. So your finished picture can be as thoroughly felted or as fluffy as you like, especially because we're going to enclose it in this frame. But I'm going to felt this a little bit more and add a tiny bit more detail. Now, another important thing that we haven't mentioned is every so often you want to pull that off the mat. Now you can see when I pull it off, this has still got a lot of stretch in it. So I'm going to felt it a little bit more so it's more firm. That is bad English. Oh, hiccups. So I'm just going to you can take 3 at a time, just in your hand, and just stab all over, back and forward. And then I think I'm going to, and I'm going to get you to do it as well, do a little bit more layering, just to make it more interesting, because layering is the fun bit. There we go. So I have felted that over. Now, with the layering, we're going to start on the sky, and I'm going to basically, with these super fine layers, can you even see? You can't even see how thin that layer is. Layer over where the color already is. So I'm doing the light blue at the horizon, just above the horizon, and darker blue going up. And it's these tiny layers that create sort of natural variation. Again, a little bit of cloud there. So the more layers you add, the more sort of depth and interest magically appears without you actually having to do any work, which I love. So I'm going to take the spearmint, add that into the sea. And again, these are, oh, that's an alarm. These are tiny layers. But they just add so much to concentrating. They add so much to it. Now I'm trying to keep my horizon relatively straight, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to put a wee island in there, you can. We have got some greens and browns that are in the kit for the other little landscape. In fact, am I going to put a wee island in there? No, I'm not. I'm not putting an island in there. Oh, and that's the, have I showed you this yet today? I just pulled that off, especially at this early stage in felting. You can just pull it off if you want to move anything. That is the joy. So if you put a colour in the wrong place, do not worry. Just pull it off and move it. Okay, so I've done a little bit more to the sea. So I'm going to take more of the slivers, and this time I'm going to put super tiny little waves just above where that is. So there's like little waves just in the distance, and I'm going to add a little bit more wave to the beach. I might even, let's see, I don't know if am I going to do this? Oh yes, right, so I'm taking a thin layer of, so like what we did at the top of the sky, a super thin, super spread out layer of the white is going to go over the beach to give the sand a little bit of depth and interest. And again, layering. So I'm taking a little bit more of the sand colour and putting it on top of the white. If you see, sometimes the colours get mixed together, and you can just pull it out, or you can let them be. Oh my god, I'm making a mess. But I'm pretty happy with that. Are we halfway through? Oh, I have been ignoring all your messages. I got too distracted and into the felting. Yes, so it is Corwool, but that's not the. You're very correct, Robin. Oh my god, I haven't done that yet. Right, I'll answer quick this. I'll work through these one at a time. So yes, this is Corwool. The word I'm looking for, why do I not know this word? It's when it's all in the big long, like when it's all rope. Rope is not the right word. The big, yeah, I can't do words tonight. Can you tell it's Friday and it's been a week? Yes. Oh, so at this point, I hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you very much for joining and making it this far. I would adore it if you do the YouTubey things, the like, subscribe, leave a comment, even if it's later on. I love seeing them and always respond to them. Thank you so much. It really does make a difference. And we're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And I really enjoy doing this. And Robin, who is a chief nonsense maker on the channel, also has a channel of her own. It is Feltaholics over on YouTube. If you want to pop your channel link in the comments, Robin, that would be amazing. She does felting as well, and her stuff is amazing. So yes, there we go. I've been professional for 5 minutes there. And done the things. But I am pretty happy with that, to be honest. I think if it's me and it's for a picture that I was doing, I would felt for another 5 or so minutes, just stabbing all over. Maybe 10 minutes, depending on how I'm feeling, how much anger I want to get out, or if I'm watching something, how interesting it is. Oh, yeah. You see how this hand is not close to what I'm felting? Less likely to stab yourself. I like to keep one hand over, so I'm still holding the mat down, but I'm not near where I'm stabbing, because as you are stabbing through to the mat, so it holds itself there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Give it a wee smoosh, take off the mat. It's starting to feel slightly more firmer. If I pop it in my template, I'm really happy with how that's looking. So you can have more or less sea, more or less sky, more or less beach. Play around. There's no right, there's no wrong. If you have a specific beach in mind that you love with specific hills in the background, pop them in. This is just a word that I can't think of. This is a template, but I would love to see in the Facebook group any ones that you guys make. That is number 1. Let's do sheepy. So let's get squaring myself up again, tidy up a little bit. We're not going to do this exact sheep. We're going to do a slightly different one because I decided so. So again, we are starting with the sky. So I'm going to start with the blue. This is the lighter blue, the dream, and I'm going to lay that down at an angle. Again, that's a bit thick. Not, you want it to cover the felt, but not be too thick. And I'm going to add a little bit of the darker blue that is wave higher up. So we've got a little bit of a gradient going on. There we go. And again, we're not going to do any stabbing until... Oh, Robin disappeared. She may not have heard me shouting her out. Dun dun dun. Sorry, we're not going to stab any of this down until we've got the layout that we're happy with. So I'm going to start with the back hill, furthest away one, with this colour, which I believe is camel. And I'm going to pop that there. Now you can overlap, that is no problem at all. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to do one hill, I think. I just want to do 2 hills. So bear with me for 5 seconds. Yep, okay, right. So I'm taking the camel on an arc up there, And I'm taking a little bit of the lighter, the medium. So okay, descriptions. Camel, olive, forest. So it goes da da da. So we're taking the olive, which is the medium, and laying that down there. So again, fading the olive into the camel. Then I'm going to take the forest and I'm going to lay that like that. So your hills, I know I've said this a lot, can be any shape you like if you've got specific hills in mind. So I like that little thing. I'm going to take the olive and fade again. There we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just double check in the frame how it's looking. Yep. Am I happy with that? I like the two hills. I wonder if that's more flat. Yeah, I think I want that to be like that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start stabbing this down a little bit, and then we're going to do the usual, add more stuff on top. So these card frames you can buy on the usual shopping online retailers if you want to make more, because these are great if you've got little bits of leftover felt from other projects. I'm going to assume now you're an expert felter and have much felt lying around. Also because I put extra felt in all of the kits that I sell, because I would rather people have too much felt than not enough. So if you've got little bits of felt just hanging around, these are great little gifts to give to people or send in the post, because you've made a thing. It's a really nice finished picture. If they want, they don't have to, they can cut your message out and just have it as a picture. So I'm going to check how that is looking. Yeah, that's looking good. So I'm going to again do what I did before, pull it off the mat, redo some layers. So again, we're doing fine layers. This little bit's annoying me because it's wonky, so I'm gonna shift that. Nice fine layers. And this is like, I'm sweeping this over the hill, but I kind of don't want it to look like that in the end. So when I layer this, nope, I'm not going to sweep it over the hill. There we go, that's better. I'm just layering up the blue again and making sure in this join there's no wee white gaps. And I've got a wee white gap there I'm going to fill in. Hey Sylvia, how's it going? Yeah, Ruth, these will, if you sell these at your markets, they will fly because they're just nice and quick and easy and really good fun. And now I'm going to do the same as I did to the horizon in the sea, which I've lost already. Where's it gone? Up there. Taking a little bit of the slivers and then adding that right where the hills meet the sky. And then pulling it up a little bit. But again, layer. So if it's looking a bit harsh at any points, just add, either take away a little bit or add on more. Adding on more, it's really weird with felt. I always find that adding on more works better than taking away. When I say more, I mean like tiny amounts that just, so you can see what's going on below. This feels really wonky because it's at an angle, but when it's in the frame, you can't tell. I have the urge to fill in this corner, which I'm trying to resist, but I don't think I can. I'm going to fill it in, even though you won't see it. There we go. Happy with that. Now let's pop onto the hills. Ooh, comments. Oh no, Robin. We need our kidneys. They're very important. Although technically, this is not a joke. I printed a kidney recently. I feel like I need to give more explanation for the fact that I printed a kidney. It is not functional. I have a 3D printer, and a friend asked if I could print a replica of a kidney for one of her friends who is a nurse and charity worker to use for display when she's doing talks and things. So we found a file for a 3D printed kidney that opened up and it had all the bits inside. And I printed that off in some red filament and it looks properly like a kidney. It is amazing. Oh yes, important. At the top of this hill, I've included some grey for the top of the hill. So at the top of this faraway hill, we're gonna, because at the top of hills they tend to get rocky. So we're gonna pop in just tiny amounts of grey. That's far too much. That's far too much. You can't even see it. It's that fine. And I'm gonna pull that down a little bit because that just, because the grey's got, it's an undyed one. And so it's a mixture of a few different of like whites and darks, and it just looks like rocks and gives little bits of texture at the top of the hill. This probably isn't showing up on camera as well as it does in real life. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm taking more of the olive where that join is. Popping that in there. With that. Now I have included some black because I was going to just, I don't know if I need to. Yes, do. No, we're not adding black. I'm taking black away. We're not allowed this colour. So now I'm going to, so I've done that hill, so I've added a bit of grey to the top over the camel and then the olive. Stab that down, and then we're going to finish that off and then put the sheepsies in. So I'm happy with that. So I just need to go to that area. So again, I'm going to take the olive, cover it over. Take the forest, cover it over. It's these really fine layers that just, you get little bits of light and dark and shadows and things naturally occurring, and then you pretend that you did it deliberately. It's great. Might even pop a little bit of grey in there just near the top. A little bit of camel even. When I say a little, again, I'm talking minuscule amounts here. Oh, another exciting thing that Robin! Sending you all my love. Okay, I'm not going to get distracted or teary. We're fine. Sending love. This is not a specific hill. This is any hill. If you have a specific hill in mind. Actually, no, this is Ben Nevis. It's always Ben Nevis. This is looking at Ben Nevis from the Cow Hill circuit, which I do a lot. Or in fact, the Braveheart car park walk, more than likely. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to pop in some sheep. So we're going to take the slivers. And you know how I said tiny, tiny amounts? Can I reiterate again how tiny, tiny? And I'm going to scrumple it up into a ball. And I might even do this with the frame over. I'm going to place the sheep. That sheep is in fact too big for my hill, for my liking. So I'm going to half it. Squish in one sheep. Where'd the other half go? There's the other half. Now, I always... Oh, that sheep was so small it went right the way through. That's okay, that happens. There we go. I always try and do an uneven amount of animals or things because, as Mum pointed, I don't know when she told me this. When did you tell me this, Mum? If you're still listening or if you're having to console a squeaking peanut. That in nature stuff tends to come in uneven numbers. So I always like to do uneven amounts of animals. It just makes it seem slightly less planned as well, which I like. So that's 4. We'll do one more sheepsy. Now these sheep are not getting little black heads like my last ones did because it's quite small and because I took away the black yarn, black roving. But there we have. Hee. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to zoom closer to read this. How many cards will I get out of this wool on the right? Oh my god, a lot. Quite a few. So I'm going to include 2 cards in the kits that I sell so that you can do one of each. But this amount of wool, so I won't put this amount in the kits because this is excessive. This is going to do, I can't even think how many cards. 5, 10? Because it uses just so little wool. If you're looking for something to use up excessive amounts of wool or roving, this is not the project. Like, we're barely, I want to say that all in all, in fact, oh, I've got scales here, hold on. Let's see if they've got any battery. This picture weighs 4.8 grams, including the backing. And have I got another one that's not being used? What time are we? Oh, we've got plenty of time. I can do nonsense now. We're nonsensing. Hold on, we're doing an experiment. This is the backing. I will just cut it into 4 and see. Oh, that's a good point, actually. While I'm doing this small experiment, we are felting onto pre-felt, which is not fully felted fabric. When it's felt, it's a bit more stiff than this. But you don't have to felt onto this. You can felt onto other things. So what I like to do sometimes is if I have a jumper that I'm not wanting anymore because of various reasons, I chuck it in the washing machine to felt it and then cut it up into squares and use them to felt on. You can felt on regular craft felt or all those kind of things, or even some other fabrics like cotton and things can be felted onto. I don't enjoy doing it. So the square on its own weighs 2.03 grams and this one weighed 4.8. So I'm not doing public maths. Could somebody in the comments please say what 2.8 minus, no, 4.8 minus 2.03 is? I'm looking at, I won't say I'm looking at you, Mum, but you're also an artist, so I'm probably looking at Dad. Or Robin, you do exciting things with numbers. Or at least numbers of animals. So somebody do maths. Basically, it uses about 2 and a bit grams. In fact, let's see how much this weighs. Hold on. Yeah, so this one is 4.1. So it's about 2 grams of fluff that we're using. Did I just get overly technical for it? Yes, Mum's arm is doing wonderfully, and but I'm still scared to hug her tightly because I don't want to hurt her arm. I'm like, oh, I have to be so gentle. Okay, I am pretty happy with that. So what time have we got? Hey, Penguin! Hello, I haven't seen you in the comments yet. Thank you. So for this one, it's used 2.77 grams. Please do not ask me what that is in ounces of the roving. So I'm talking like actually tiny amounts. But so nice. Okay, which one am I putting in? I'm going to... Oh, well, I've already got this one mounted. So I'm going to show you how to mount these in the cards. Learn from my mistake. So in the cards, I have double-sided sticky tape around, let's see if you can see that, around the bits where we're using double-sided sticky tape. When you are closing up the card, once you've put the tape on and the picture in, be aware of which side cards open on. Can you spot where I went wrong with this card? Dunno. This is a left-handed card. Oh, I should give this to my left-handed friend Katie and be like, I made you a left-handed card. Okay, I'm a genius. So if you want a left-handed card or a right-handed card, just be aware of which side you're folding in. I have made it easier. So I have only done 3 sides. so that you know to close it that way. Yep, you know to close it that way. And it goes like that. Oh my, this is gonna, I need to write like top and bottom in it. I'm not gonna do that. Am I gonna do that? I'm not gonna do that. So I am gonna put the sheep seat in the frame. So I'm just gonna give it one last stab all over. Now the one thing that I haven't included in your kit is a pair of scissors. I generally assume that you have a pair of scissors somewhere around. Oh yeah, Robin, you do maths with, you count big cats and things. Is that not maths? It means you can count, basically. I learned when I started knitting that I actually can't count past 3. Which is a disturbing thing to find out when you're like, just cast on 75 stitches and you're like, 1, 3, 6, oh no. Okay, so I would recommend you felt for maybe 10 minutes more before you put it in the frame. Just make sure it's nice and firm all over. Although you can, as I said before, put it in at any stage of felting. So when you think it's finished and when you like the look of it, that's when you pop it in. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I want to make sure that it does not cover the outside layer of double-sided tape. So I'm going to have to chop this a little bit smaller. So I'm just taking, I don't know why I'm doing it off camera. You don't see me destroy my work. So I'm just going to chop. And again, it doesn't have to be square, as long as it fits inside and you've not chopped too small. There we go. So that fits nicely inside the double-sided tape there. Now I'm going to pop it down on the mat. I'm going to take, and again, I'm doing this off camera so that you can't see. No. This is where not having nails is useful. Oh god. Apparently I can't. There we go. So I'm taking off just the 2 short ones. So I've only taken off, this is very important, pay attention, learn from my mistakes. I've taken off that one and that one. And the card folds that way. Yep, that's the way cards work. So this is the outside. So I'm popping it over. And I'm going to pop it there, and then you just have to gently press. So that little bit of tape is just to hold it really while you're mounting it and give it a little bit of extra grip when it's in there. So I'm going to turn this over, give it a little bit more of a press. And then, have I done this the wrong way? Nope, I've done it the right way. Ha! Phew! Relief! Maybe I should tape all 4 sides. So that if you do it the wrong way, yeah, I'm going to tape all 4 sides so that if you make a mistake on which side, then it's fine. In fact, do I have tape here? Yep, I have tape here. So I'm going to tape all 4 sides anyway. See, we're learning together. This is fun. Oh, what's happened? Wait, what's half of a reg pull in 4 inches? I am very confused. Hey Seb, how's it going? Oh, was Peanut confused? Yep, she doesn't understand when she can hear my voice, but I'm not here. There we go. So I pull. Yep, so pull all of the tape off all 4 sides. Not the actual tape. Come on. I'm a professional, as you can tell. Stick it to your finger slightly. Now, this is where I'm going to pay attention. So, that's the top, that's the bottom. We can do this, everybody. Nobody distract me. This is the side that I'm going to write on. So I'm going to fold up this side. And I'm going to press it down where all the tape is. So on all corners, there. Make like a little ravioli. We've made a little spaghetti, a little ravioli of felt. And it just, oh, that's nice. It just pops in there. Perfect. And you have your, you can't see it now, but you have a finished card that you can then write on the inside. You can sign it there if you want. So if you're signing your artwork, always sign it in pencil and put the date. So you can, if I had a pencil, I would sign it in pencil and write the date I made it. But you can pop your message on the inside. And on the back of the card, you can write, you can do a little like handmade by so-and-so and a little fake barcode down there. Shall we do that? That actually kind of sounds, how long have we got? We've got, I know, I am proud of many things I do in life. I've achieved lots. I'm very happy. But I am so proud that I got this the right way around. That's going to make my night. Oh dear. Right, okay. Hold on. I want to do a thing. Right. But I don't have it handy. Nobody move. Okay, somebody in the comments entertain everybody for 2 seconds while I go get a thing. Did you miss me? In my new exciting office in the new shop. Have I mentioned I'm in a new shop? Everything is far away. In all these kits, I always put one of my stickers. So on the back of this, I'm going to put a wee sticker to say it was me. And let's grab a pen. What colour of pen should we use? Not that I have a large stack of different coloured colouring pens, because I like to colour, you know, colour by numbers. Let's do a green one because it's a hill. I got my sticker on the back, you can put, and then little fake barcode. There we go, little fake barcode there. What price should we put it at? Somebody tell me what price. Yeah, no, I still haven't found it. Oh no, I have got pencils. Yep, and they're sharpened as well. What is the date today? Oh my, is it 29th of April? And it's one of many, one of one. I'm going to put this as one of one. There we go. So we have like a proper artist. Put that there. I don't know who should I sign it to. £2.50 or 1 million. That's quite the range of prices there. £2.50 or $1 million. I'm going to put it as. Yeah, I'm going for 250. There we go. And you can add anything you like on it. Like you can do a fake web address on the bottom. Yeah, make it your own, make it fun. There we go. That was quite fun. And now we've still got 5 minutes left. What are we going to do for 5 minutes? stand quietly. It is still March. How did that happen? I have no idea. Thank you, Sylvia. 200. I can add some more zeros. 5 pound each. No, this is a joke price. It's not meant to be a real price. Let's add some zeros. There we go. 2,000. Nope, 250,000. $1 million. What else? What else can we add to it to make it look like a real card? Yeah, let's put a fake web address. What should we call the fake web address? Oh, you can $1 million. I'm probably gonna end up accidentally putting a real web address here, aren't I? What's a sheep pun? No, I can't think of any sheep puns. nevissheep.com. I'm sure nobody has got Nevis sheep. Somebody will have one day. Oh, I've got it. Oh no, I've run out of space. It's hellofrommyholiday.com. But yes, make this fun. And I am going to put that pen back. Okay, so tonight we have made tiny, let's put a frame around you. We have made 2 tiny card pictures, and yeah, as I said, you can make these your own. There'll be fibre in there enough to wiggle with layouts. You could do 2 sheep, you could do 2 sunsets, seascapes. You are all good. Thank you for joining me. It has been wonderful as always. I will see you not next Friday, but the Friday after. We will be starting 15 minutes late. Not late. We are now rescheduling the time to be 6:15 so that we don't get the squeaking from my new neighbours. So 6:15 next Friday. I will see you then. Any more comments? Hold on. You know I'm cheap.com. Yes. Yeah. Find a fun URL for it. Thank you all for joining me. Have a lovely 2 weeks. Thank you, my squishies. And I will see you soon. Oh, I can't find my mouse.